Welcome back to episode 3 of the Ironman series. Now, just a bit of a warning for this episode, it is all over the place. We focus on one thing and then that would lead to one thing and then that would lead to something else, and it's a rabbit hole. As you can tell by the title of this episode, it is a rabbit hole and it goes deeper and deeper. But we do end up getting a lot done, so sit back and enjoy. My cat has finally become overgrown. I can now turn him into a wily cat. Just before I go ahead and do this clue scroll, I bought enough death runes to charge the trident, and I thought I'd show you guys me charging it for the first time. Here we go. Alright, we now have a fully charged trident. We have a casket and an ancient kite shield, another unique. We're coming up on 67 farming. There we go. We can now plant our cadentine seeds, cadentine, whatever. Here we are, guys, just about to train my overgrown cat into a wily cat. I don't know if it cost anything, that's why I brought the cash. Oh, turns out it doesn't. Oh, we get to name it? Shit, I'm not prepared. One sec. There we go. Walter. Moving on from Slayer finally, I've decided to look at the Master Clue and the Elite Clue in my bank. I've forgotten what I need to do for them, so let's have a quick look. We need to do double cosmic runes for the elite. That's 58 or 59 rune crafting. And we have 52. We do have 27,000 pure essence. So if I can be bothered, we could possibly knock that out in the next couple of days. But let's look at the master. And that requires a crystal bow. Oh, I was waiting for it till I had the cash for that. Well, let me tell you, we certainly do have the cash. And we even have a crystal seed. I can't remember where I got that from though. So let's go get this crystal bow. Alright, so the step after the crystal bow was show it to Sherlock. And that is angle for an anglerfish while sporting the finest fishing gear. That is 82 fishing, I am 76, so that's not too bad. But I don't have any pieces of the angler set, but it is something I want to achieve. So I'm going to chuck this one back in the bank and we'll work on it another day. Now that I have free reign and I don't have to worry about Slayer anymore, I'm actually at a bit of a loss as what I want to do. The two main things I would like to do, is 80 thieving is a big one. Then there's 85 crafting, which I'd like to work on, and then 69 construction. But it's just deciding which of the three I want to go for first. I think I'll go for... let's do a bit of construction. Alright, so we've just turned all the mahogany logs into planks, and this should be enough for 69. There is the first construction level, level 64. I am getting 600,000 experience an hour. These levels are going to fly by. 65 construction, we can now create the superior gardens. We just hit ourselves 69 construction. We can now craft ourselves the Gilded altar. I have everything needed in the bank. I bought those about a month ago, so I am ready. Alright, we have the tea. Now we should be alright. Yes, we have the Gilded altar. That is awesome. That is another fantastic milestone to achieve for this account. Alright guys, I've gone ahead and also created the superior garden. So the next construction goal will be 79, so we can get ourselves the second best pool and fairy rings. I have no idea when I'll get that, but it's on the waiting list, you know. Next up, I think will be crafting. So I need to get myself some cosmic runes so we can charge some air orbs and finish off these battle staves. Then we'll move on to the gems and make some more jewelry. Just about to pick up a rune crafting level. $53 rune crafting, very nice. Okay, so I realized you actually need 66 crafting for the air battle stars. So there we go, 66 crafting. I'll finish off all the jewelry first, considering I'm doing that now anyways, and then we'll move on to the air battle stars. There is 67 crafting. We can now craft onyx rings and cut onyxes. Alright, so I'm currently charging air orbs, and I'm using a method where I teleport to my house and use the glory in my house because I have none pretty much. All I have is the trimmed one, and I don't want to use any charges on that. So I'm debating whether I should knock out 72 herb lore and boost for the stamina potions so I can just recharge my energy as I go to, because my teleport is up there. So I go here, boom, boom, and I'm not very far off. I have everything banked, so I think I might do that right now. There is the first herb lore level. I should have plenty of supplies to get the next one. There we have it, 72 herb lore. We can now boost for stamina potions. I was just splitting these super energy potions so I can begin creating some stamina potions. And guess who rocked up? Dr. Jekyll. And I was able to open up my bank and withdraw one torso, which I thought you couldn't do. I thought as soon as you opened up an interface, he disappeared. But it let me open it up, it let me withdraw a herb, and I gave it to him for a full stamina pot. If you're curious as to why I was splitting these potions, it's because I want the amulets to have a higher chance to proc. So here we go. Alright, so I've just realized after I attempted to create some stamina potions that you need 73 to boost with the pies, because the pies only give you 4. I thought it was 5, that was my mistake. But we do have the supplies for 73 herb lore, we just don't have the secondary ingredients. So I'm gonna go to bed now, and I'm gonna wake up, and once I get home from work, I'll grab all the secondaries, and we'll pick this up tomorrow. Alright, so we've almost finished collecting all the secondaries for the herbs. All we're missing now is some red spider's eggs and the wines of Zamorak. And by the way, from about 60 snapdragon seeds, we ended up getting 570 snapdragons. That is insane. That's 4.6 mil just sitting there. But I've decided that I cannot be fucked to create all the unfinished potions. But lucky for us, we are extremely close to having all the requirements for the Desert Diary hard. All we have to do is 65 Thieving and to kill a Kalphite Queen. Those are the two big ones. The rest are easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go kill the Kalphite Queen. Then I'm going to get 65 Thieving, which should take me like an hour and a half, if that. And then we can complete the hard diary, and then start working on herb lore so we can start working on our crafting grind. This is what happens when I don't have a specific goal in mind. One thing leads to another. We just go down that rabbit hole and it goes deeper and deeper until we can finally complete the thing we set out to do the first time. But I'm excited. We seem to be ready for this KQ attempt. I'm not really sure how it's going to go. I'm going to try out the Keras for a bit and just use the attack and wait method if I can. It took a lot of bloody work, but it seems like we've got it. Oh no, he broke free. Ah, they despawned. Oh, have I done it? You don't despawn. Oh, we have another one. How can I make that work? Oh shit. Oh shit. Help me! If I can move him to the corner now, I should be right. Oh yes, keep hitting zeros. Is this it? Oh shit. Alright, I think I've got him. Oh, now they all come. I don't need you anymore. World's sloppiest kill, but we've done it. For the super combat. Alright, I am happy with that. And mithril arrows. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, that was not my proudest kill ever, I'll say that much. But it got the job done, and all we have to work on now is 65 Thieving. We're just about to pick up 65 Thieving. It took a little bit longer because I was doing Pyramid Plunder, but it was worth the chance at a Scepter. And there we are, 65 Thieving. Okay, so this should be the balcony I need to burn the log on. I attempted this twice on the Polnevich Mayor's house. There we go, that is the hard Desert Diary complete. Alright, we are finally ready to create our unfinished potions. I hope this doesn't cost too much. Ah, 300k, not too bad. There is 73 herb lore. We can now boost for stamina potions. I still have a lot of herbs potions to make, so I'll quickly finish all these off. And we actually had the supplies to achieve 74 herb lore. By the way, I forgot to show you guys, when we got 64 thieving, I believe, we achieved 1750 total level. That unlocks a brand new world. We are finally prepared to create some stamina potions. Hopefully I don't screw this up. We should have enough pies for all 250 of these. Okay, all the stamina potions have been created. We ended up proccing the necklace 19 times, which is awesome. Our potions are starting to look pretty damn good. Just cleaned up the potions tab after decanting them all, and we have over 130 stamina potions. 360 prayers, 429 super restores. We are stocked up for a long time. The only thing we need to do is get wines of Zamorak for the rest of these ranging potions, but I'm going to wait until I have something to high elk before I do that. And the rest of these super energies, which are almost at 1000, are for some more stamina pots in the future. I believe we have everything to create the 2 pools now. So the first one restores special attack, and we upgrade it, and now it can restore our run energy. Awesome! Alright, now we need at least 74 for the prayer points, and then 79 for the 79 for the stat restore, and then bloody a high herb lore level, and 84 for the health and anti-venom. So that one's a long way off, but these two are closer, so not long, I mean a long time, but in the near future. That is not comforting. Oh well, I'm 108 combat, probably some level. Oh, there we go. Level 51. Oh shit, get wrecked! Getting back on track with 68 crafting. We have finished with the battle staves. We have 354 of them, and it ended up getting us to halfway through level 68. I think a nice goal to finish today would be 71 crafting. That way we can start using some of the blue dragon hides we have, and go on from there. There is 69 crafting. I'm averaging about 60k experience per hour. Should take me just under 2 hours for 71. Oh shit, I wasn't even paying attention. There is 70 crafting, one more level for the day. There we have it, 71 crafting. We can now create blue dragonhide bodies. If I remember correctly, a few of those are needed for some clues, so I'm going to keep some in the bank and high elk the rest. We go deeper into the rabbit hole. I want to tan all these hides, but I can't be bothered to do it here. I would like to do it at the crafting guild and use the bank chest there, but for that you need the Falador hard diaries completed, which we can almost do. All we are missing is 56 rune crafting and 72 woodcutting, I believe, for the Grimtails quest. I'm not 100% sure on that one. I think it's 72. And after that, we can get the hard diary completed, and we can now bank at the crafting guild, and it'll make it just a lot easier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on rune crafting right now, probably do lavas for the next hour just to get it done quickly, and then we'll work on some woodcutting. There is the first rune crafting level, level 54. 55. There is Devious Mines completed. I ran out of binding necklaces while I was doing lavas, so I thought I'd just get the easy 5k runecrafting experience from the quest, and I'll finish off the last 2.5k at Cosmic Runes. Here we are, about to pick up 56 runecrafting. I'm gonna have to be drunk when I go for 77 or something, because that was not fun. The lava was alright, the lava crafting, but yeah, I'm gonna have to be a little tipsy or something to get through it. But there we go, 56. We can now move on to woodcutting. We have another medium and hard casket from woodcutting. Ooh, another Zami page. And that's just a shit hard clue. But the Zami page is nice. Let's see. A unique. Okay. Just missing page 3. There we have it. Turns out we only needed 71 woodcutting. Let's go complete that quest. That was a pretty easy fight. I guess I have to remember my stats aren't terrible anymore. And that is quest complete. We can now complete the Fidor hard diary. So the last task we need to do is kill the giant mole, and I probably should have brought some stamina potions. That is an oversight. But I'll be back when we have our first kill. There we go, the first kill. And that is the hard diary complete. There we have it, the Fidor Shield 3. We can now use the... What were we doing this for? The bank chest in the crafting guild. That's right, we can now use the bank chest. This is much quicker. And then the bank is right here. Worth it. I haven't collected Kingdom for a while, and that is some juicy stuff. We even have a Snapdragon seed and a Rana seed. A lot of our crafting supplies are now gone, and we are 3.4k away from 72. I think I'm going to get that last level through the charter ships, and then we will work on some thieving, hopefully get it up to around 70 this episode, and then finish off the episode with a couple of Barrows chests. Instead of going to the charter ships for that last bit of crafting experience, I realised I had over 20 crystal keys sitting in my bank, so I think we can get quite a few dragon stones to cut with that. And there is 72 crafting. Now it's time to go work on thieving at Pyramid Plunder. Alright, I know I said I was going to do Pyramid Plunder, but I decided to try out Arty Nights. I'm only 65 thieving at the moment, and I am hitting 90,000 experience an hour. Actually, I'm at 100,000 right now, but I'll average 90,000 an hour with these new necklaces, the dodgy necklaces. So I think I'm going to do this all the way to 80. It's much more AFK, and then maybe from 81 to 99 I'll do Pyramid Plunder. There is the first thieving level at Arty Nights. I lied about the 90k an hour, by the way. It's been just over 20 minutes and I'm getting a consistent 100k an hour at level 65. 66 now. There is 67. Yeah, this is an easy 100k an hour at my level. 68. There is 69. One more level and we'll go knock out some Barrows. There we have it, 70 thieving. We'll go do a couple of chests of Barrows and probably call it an episode. Starting it off with chest 71. 76. Whoa, okay, Guthan's chain skirt. Alright. Is that our first Guthan's piece? I think it is. I'm still missing a tank top though. Tank body. That's our third tank legs. Can we get my first ever back-to-back? No, we cannot. Chest 83. That's awesome. That is an extremely nice amount of death runes. That's a good chest. Chest 84. That is my second Darox axe. We have our first duplicate. 87. We are getting really lucky with these death runes. There is 87 magic. 94. Okay. 96. That is the first Dragon Med helm on the account. I've had 9 shield left halves, 10 Dragon Spears, and I get the first D-Med from a Barrows chest. Oh yes. Alright, the final chest of the episode, ending it off on chest 100. And nothing. Alright, here is the loot from 30 Barrows chests. I did not charge my staff at all. I wanted to wait till the end. So let's price check it. 2.6 mil. If we take out the 2 items, 1.8. So, not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. What's that? It's about 60k a chest on average. Not bad, not bad. And that wraps up this episode, guys. Now, apologies once again for this episode being a little bit all over the place. It's just that one thing would lead to another, and then that thing would lead to another thing to be able to do everything more efficiently. And I reckon it's best to get those things out of the way as soon as they come up, because you're going to have to do them down the track anyways. But we are making progress, guys. Now that we don't have to focus mainly on Slayer, we are getting everything else up. Now the goals for next episode, I'm looking to hit about 75 crafting, maybe 75 thieving, and a big thing, I want to knock out about 100 Barrows chests in one episode to see what we can get from that. So thank you so much for watching guys, and I hope you enjoyed.